All right, everybody, welcome in. How are you? I hope everybody's doing great. Woo! Nothing better than a good night's sleep, let me tell you that. All right, so let's get going. This is the for whoever needs to hear this message. If you've been drawn here by the title, there's a message in here for you. A couple of announcements. I just want to say there's a ton of scammers on Instagram, especially anytime I put up videos of Charlie. So don't be fooled. I'm never going to reach out to you in the comments and ask you to inbox me. I'm just never going to do that. So, it's a scammer. Take a look at how they spell Soulful Revolution. It's always like a missing L, a missing R. There's just a lot of stuff that people try to get by. And so just ignore. We try to report them as much as we can. Man, if they put as much effort into doing their own thing as they do scamming, they would be successful because they are very relentless. So that's one thing. The second thing, I've definitely heard about Vimeo from a lot of other readers. We ditched Vimeo by the side of the road a long time ago. I'm not surprised at what they're doing to other readers. So just know that there are other solutions, and it's just not a good thing. It's just not a good thing what's going on. And so if you don't know about this, then good. Stay out of that energy. All right, let's see where we're going here. Deep breath, everybody. Let's see where we're going here. All right. Okay. Navigating by the stars. I got this one myself. To me, that just says, hey, I was going to say to you, there's no astrology group this week. We take a week off. We have 3 lessons and then we take a week off. There is a lot to learn about your own path in astrology. I've been talking a lot about the North Node. I think I might continue that this week in Pathfinders, though, to talk about North Node and what that is in your birth chart. Some of you have taken my class. And if you don't know how to read your birth chart, I have a free class on the website, okay? soulfulrevolutiontv.com. Go on over there and sign up. It's totally free. You'll be able to download it, and it will help you read your own birth chart. So please go do that. It's going to give you a lot of information and help you navigate by the stars. There we go. Valiant courage. Take action with passion. Stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. And surrendering to the journey, release control. This does feel like taking a stand when you are feeling called to do so. I do encourage a lot of you to stay out of the constant fire hose of information that's going on right now. It really is meant to kind of break you down, make you feel overwhelmed. That's the goal. Okay. So stand back, stand away from so much information. Like, just, keep yourself abreast of what's happening, but you don't have to be swimming around in it. Okay. Because that's the purpose, is to make you feel powerless. And you are strong beyond measure. You're stepping into power right now. So you need to preserve your energy. And when something in the world is for you, and when you are called to do something, you will not miss it. Okay? You're not going to miss your calling. You're not going to miss it. A lot of times when we go to look for our calling and we can't quite get it, we don't really know what that means. Maybe we use astrology. Maybe we use tarot or our pendulum, or maybe we, whatever it is, and you're just like, I just can't quite get it. I can't quite get it. Let it in that it may be quite possible that it's not the time to know. That's one situation. The other is, or there's several, but another one is that you're exactly where you need to be right now. And that is true for each and every one of us. You are exactly where you need to be. So that's why being present in the moment and learning the lessons that are being presented to you right now is what you're here to do at this moment. So I know that a lot of you, or not a lot of you, but some of you have said, like, I don't want this lesson. I want to go toward my calling. You won't go toward your calling unless you get this lesson that's you're standing right on top of. So that's kind of another thing that's trying to come through here. Boy, I am kind of getting this fire hose feeling that spirit is trying to like combat this fire hose of information that is flooding all around us right now. High priestess, look at that. Look at this. The devil. This is freedom, connecting to your spirit guides. This is being controlled by the public narrative. Okay. King of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Star. So I see the healing going on here. This is overwhelm. 10 of Wands here. I feel like you or somebody else, this can be all of us, making a choice between connecting to spirit guides, being okay with where we are right now, acceptance. Acceptance is playing such a huge role in our lives right now. And it's like sometimes we have to accept other people for who they are. That's an element of unconditional love that you're accepting. And I talked about this, I'm not sure, sometime last week I talked about this, where I was fighting back and angry at somebody in my life for many, many years. And when I finally just accepted that that's not who she is, boy, did that make it easier for me to release and let go. I just accepting that this person is not reciprocating love. They're not acting in love. They're not trying, or they're not who I think they are or who I want them to be. They're not that at all. And so it's kind of like, who the hell am I to tell her who she should be? And so I just kind of was like, you know what? I get it. You're not the person that I really want you to be. So I'm just going to accept that that's who you are. And then the next step is I get to make a choice that's not in my life. I get to make a choice, just like you. Page of Wands, 4 of Swords, 8 of Swords. It's being imprisoned by the mind. I feel like there's a lot of really good things trying to come through. This is why you need to stand back from the fire hose of information right now and be more connected to your spirit guides. 4 of Swords, that's meditation. I'm not going to get off my soapbox about meditation. I've learned how to do transcendental meditation. You have to, go and, take some sessions with someone to do that. I did that. It's very powerful. It really is about being present in the moment. If you're in anxiety, that's fear of the future. If you're in shame or other kinds of lower vibration, that's about the past, depression, things you can't change, things that have already happened. And so one of the ways to start climbing out of that is to just get clear and present in the moment. I feel like there's a lot of really exciting things trying to come through when you do that. There are plenty of people on this planet right now that are imprisoned. Look at this. 2 cards of, come here, you stay right there. 2 cards that kind of showcase imprisonment, that golden cage, and also this 8 of Swords. And, we are the shadow of Aquarius. Okay, when we're talking about air signs are all about information. And the shadow of air signs is believing your mind. You are not your mind. You are not your mind. This is like trying to control things, thoughts that come in. You don't have to embrace them. You don't have to drink that Kool-Aid. Okay. 10 of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Fool. So you're getting free of a situation that has run its course. The 10 of Pentacles. Whether or not it was happy or fulfilling or stable or anything like that is kind of Not the point. It's just come to a close. Like no judgment. It's just like something that's judgment card. Okay. Something that's whose time has come to an end. A relationship, a career path, how you're looking at the world. Okay. Chariot moving forward, and then the Fool. Definitely new path here. Seven of Pentacles, the Temperance card. Wow. Powerful ally with Archangel Michael and the High Priestess, and the Three of Cups. So this is like, how will I spend my days? I feel like we're being asked to step into creative pursuits and things that bring you joy. The spiritual community, part of what we're doing is we're anchoring light to the earth. So we're anchoring ourselves. This is Aquarius right here. We're anchoring ourselves in Gaia, in our present moment. We're channeling the light through. And a lot of you are looking for ways to navigate what's going on the planet right now, whatever that means for you. Okay. There could be a personal situation. There can be a collective situation, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like, plant a garden, learn how to paint, learn how to knit, do creative things, learn something that's fun and joyful. It doesn't all have to be work or effort. A lot of you are maybe, for me, my North Node is in Gemini. So when I get stressed out or overwhelmed, I want to learn something new. So I go toward classes and courses and developing my knowledge of astrology, developing my knowledge of spiritual pursuits, learning the Akashic records, learning more about channeling, really practicing my mediumship, things like that. So this is Archangel Michael here saying, bringing in a lot of new people on the path for you. The Three of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. This is like when you invest in yourself by doing these things, your tribe is going to reveal themselves. You get a choice right now because the timeline is splitting. The timeline of light and dark is splitting right now. So 2025 is about choosing your timeline. Are you going to embrace light or are you going to embrace darkness? Where your awareness goes is how you're going to experience what's happening on the planet. So if you are involved in creative pursuits and really excited about learning something new, or, getting your hands dirty, learning how to bake, beautiful homemade cakes and learning how to decorate them, learning how to paint watercolors, training your doggy, learning how to ride horses or being part of that, traveling and learning about new cultures, learning a new language. Astrology is a language. So there's definitely something here about getting out of the prison of your mind, especially if it's a negative prison, right? Which is like, I have no control, I have no power. And with God, all things are possible. So I want you to focus on what you want to see on the planet. Focus on what you want to see in your life, what you want to see in your country, what you want to see in your town, in your friend groups, in your work. Focus on that. Focus on that. And then line up your actions that are walking you in that direction. That's how you reclaim your power. And when you're doing that, you have essentially gotten yourself out of this cage, because it's a prison of the mind right now. That's what the light and the dark is about right now, is being in a prison of the mind and having someone else hold the key. When you are aligned with spirit, when you are working on your meditation, when you are learning new stuff, when you are excited about things, Your vibration adds to the light on the planet. That is a very practical experience. Okay, so North Node in Pisces is about surrender in many ways. It's all about plugging into the cosmic heart. It's about spiritual practices. The shadow of it is about sticking your head in the sand. But you don't have to, the opposite of sticking your head in the sand is not standing in the fire hose. It really isn't. The opposite of that is being in joy. Ding! I just heard that. Let me clarify this Chariot and the Fool. Some of you are actively letting yourself out of the cage of relationships that have been long time relationships that have come to a close. It doesn't mean that they were bad or anything like that. Like if you learned the lessons of those relationships and you're like, yep, okay, I accept it. Then you're going to see a new path. Okay, you're going to see a new path here. The Empress. A lot of divine feminines. There's the Page of Pentacles, learning new stuff. King of Swords. I like that. Tower. All right, so a lot of the divine feminines, if you resonated with that message about acceptance, then, and every single relationship you have, especially with your twin, if you are accepting of the situation, I feel like some of you have soulmates coming in. Like like that's one of the lessons for twin flame, is to accept the situation and accept the other person for who they are and what they're doing in their lessons on this planet. I had a very interesting conversation yesterday with this young man who was very distressed about a lot of, I'll put it in terms of that we talk about divine masculine or toxic masculinity, very upset about that, and also upset about that everybody, all a masculine energy on the planet is kind of being painted broad brush, which I totally got. I was like, yeah, that's really true. But I said to him, it's not about you kind of proving yourself, like going out of your way to prove anything about the kind of masculine you are or are working on becoming. It really is just about doing it. So just do it. And if someone else tries to paint you with a broad brush of some kind of toxic masculinity, it doesn't stick, because that's not what you're doing. And they're not going to do it if you exude, or if you exude that light. They're not going to do it. And you also won't attract, any kind of toxic femininity to you. So that's a really big shift, I believe. That was the first time I heard someone really pointing out that, like, hey, I'm aware of this. And this is something that I'm recognizing requires me to learn better communication, requires me to learn how to be in relationship. It's the old paradigm of how we used to do things. That's why this is all happening, because those old paradigms are all getting wiped out. And so there's kind of like these labeling going on and all this kind of stuff. I feel like there's some real clarity around masculine energy right now with this tower. And like I always tell you, if you actively identify as divine feminine energy or feminine energy, like this Empress here, you also have masculine energy in you. And what is, we have Mars in retrograde, so there can be a feeling of frustration in terms of action with the masculine. Mars is the masculine, or one of the masculine energies in astrology, and it's not going direct until February 23rd. So one of the things that's possible that it came very loud to me through my own reading for myself this morning, was about, if, Mars in retrograde in Cancer is about combining the masculine and feminine, and like, what is it that I really love? What is my foundation? What are my values? How do I nurture myself? And do I think productivity is the only measure of masculine energy? And I just feel like what's going to be happening for a lot of people is that clarity, because we have this Eight of Swords about being so unclear, being so unclear and being locked in your own prison. And now we have this King of Swords and Tower, which is like massive aha moments, massive, like communal, because of the Three of Cups here, aha moments. We are learning a lot about ourselves and about what we want to create on this planet. And it's like turning it around a little bit. That's kind of interesting. So let me ask about this Three of Cups here. Three of Cups. Okay. I was just going to say to you that I also feel like some of you are going to have a very different kind of masculine come across your path. And you might have that same kind of experience that I just talked about, where, because this, I didn't even mention this, the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups and the Star, like a masculines embracing their inner femininity, embracing their love and their ability to show love and compassion. Four of Wands, right? Four of Wands and the Six of Swords. Oh yeah. World and the Eight of Wands. So I feel like there's a big leap forward in terms of how we embrace our divine feminine and our divine masculine energy, and learning new things, getting out of the prison of our minds, getting more into meditation, spiritual progress. I feel like there's a lot of movement forward. Four of Wands is surprise. It's also moving. Six of Swords is moving. The world. This is happening globally. And this Eight of Wands is about communication. So I feel like we're going to see on this planet a kind of a rising up of the heart-centered masculine. That is awesome. Okay. A rising up of the heart-centered masculine. Wow. Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups, the Death card, Ace of Swords. Big change, big shift. That Nine of Swords is also about a prison of our mind. And it's kind of like, I feel like a lot of us who are manifesting love or connection are looking at it from a new perspective now, and really understanding much more about what that looks like and what it isn't. Right? Really doing the healing work. Nine of Cups and the Death card. This is major change in what we want. Much more clarity. King of Swords, Ace of Swords, much more clarity around those kind of around masculine partners and what it is that we want, and whether it shows up in someone's ability to, traditional, that's kind of traditional, but whatever, like making money, or the traditional, think about the traditional qualities of masculine, because this is like Prince Valiant, right? And that is very, courageous, passionate, and respectful, right? It's almost like, are we embracing a different kind of paradigm that already exists on the planet, that's existed for thousands of years, okay? And there's something about healing the parts of masculine energy that are creating division, and also the feminine qualities that are creating division. Okay, there's definitely that. Like, let's not make this us versus them thing, because it's really not. This is about an internal awareness of self-protection. That's a masculine quality. in a feminine energy about self-protection. It happens with masculines too, but like a self-protection and a desire for connecting to the cosmic heart, for just really beautiful clarity around these kinds of qualities. And I feel like that's, what's that story? It's an Inuit story or a Native American story about the wolf and the dog. And everybody has a wolf and a dog inside them. And which one wins is the one you feed. So if you're feeding a narcissistic fantasy, if you're feeding a kind of masculine energy that is toxic, you're going to get more of that. And by feeding it, I mean giving it attention. So when you come across someone who is exuding a different kind of masculine energy, that is really something to celebrate. Three of Cups, that's really something to celebrate. And I feel like that's something that we are going to be doing more and more. And I feel like something that we're going to be learning, all of us. This is not about masculines, all alone. This is about feminines learning their own self-protection, learning to be able to discern, be more discerning of qualities in masculines, and not blaming people for not being who they expect them to be. That's something that, just being more accepting of it and being like, oh yeah, you know what? As long, I was trying to make this person someone they're not. So there could be some endings here. I see with that Death card, there could be some endings here. Archangel Michael is here. Seven of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Wow. And the Page of Swords. Okay, we're going to dive deeper into this. The communication that's starting to open up. The boundaries that make healthy relationships are starting to open up. Love this. All right, we're going to go deeper into this, whatever this truth is that wants to come out. I'm going to look at what you don't see coming. I feel like that's this Tower. Okay. All right. If you want to continue on with me, there's a link below. I will see you over there. All right. I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.